All right. So I've been making a lot of videos about women and why they do what they do, at least when it pertains to makeup. So I've been thinking about something that would be of help to a lot of people, basically asking this question. Do you feel ugly? Now, I know I do a lot of times, depending on what my face is looking like, whether it's clean or not, or I don't have a lot of blemishes, or when I walk up to women who I might be attracted to and I gauge their response, I have a level of insecurity that comes from fear of rejection. So, one question to start off is, where does your feeling of feeling ugly come from? For me, it would be just growing up as being albino, understanding that I'm not the same as everyone else, and therefore people are going to treat me differently. Places I might have been able to get into, or social groups that I might have been able to get into, I was rejected out of just because of the way I look. People or relationships I would want, I can't have because of how I look. So constantly being reminded of that as a child kind of shaped and molded my insecurities to fear rejection and to respond to rejection in a certain way. So here is a list of solutions. Either you can be in this place, either you can be in the space where you're at, where you feel ugly, where you react based on how you feel, which is ugly, and you do things to mask how you feel inside, or you can try and fix yourself and try and treat the problem and hopefully get to the cure. So, a solution I came across, which is very powerful, is not everybody is for you. The people that you might want to be around, they might not want to be around you. It could be for valid reasons, but a lot of times it's for very trivial stuff. Like you were too light skinned or you're too dark. You don't have the correct hairline. They don't like the way you dress. Sometimes the insecurities that you have, you might not be rejected for those insecurities at all. It could be something even more trivial. Or better yet, even if they are rejecting you because you're albino, why would you want to be around somebody like that? Why? Why would you want to be around someone who's that superficial? That goes to another thing. Why do you want what doesn't want you? Why are you so fixated on getting something that you can't obtain? Is that healthy? Is it sustainable to think that way? Another thing, when you actually are around people that like you for who you are and what you look like, and you're not trying to hide what you look like, you can grow comfortable in being in your own skin and you can grow in your own skin. People will support how you look, they will support, or they'll just be, people will just be generally comfortable and they're not really stressing the things that you stress over in your own head. Another thing that would help is not comparing yourself to others. I know how women who I've dated or who I've been with or my sisters, it's like they have this image of what women should be like, whether it be of um, certain physique, a certain skin tone, a certain look. They have a lot of pressure to perform in that way, to show up aesthetically like that. So they will compensate in any shape or form, whether it means whether it means wearing tight clothes to accentuate a body that they don't have, or wearing makeup to make their nose look smaller, or to make their skin slightly darker or lighter. If you just stop comparing yourself to others and you just show up how you want to, in your own comfortable skin authentically, you'll go a lot longer that way, because that's confidence. That is being comfortable in your own skin. Now, another issue about comparing yourself with others is, it's like, okay, I see this man. He makes a lot more money than me. He seems to have the girl I want. But I only see what they're showing me. I don't know what's going on in the behind the scenes. I don't know what was going on to set up that whole situation. And I don't know if my impression of what I see is as good as I think it is. A lot of times people get into relationships because they're trying to fit a superficial agenda that they have. This woman has to be this thick or else I will reject her. This man has to be this tall or else I will reject him. This man has to be this much well off or else I'll reject him. See, none of these traits that we select for, they actually have anything to do with inherent value per se. It's just merely preference. There's a superficiality to it. Okay, he makes this much money, but is he a good person inside? A lot of times people will compromise their values for preferences. Man, she's really thick, so even though she curses and even though she's not that much of a person of integrity, I'll stick around with her because it looks good. It validates me, who I am inside. It makes me feel like I have value because I've obtained this person. See, we don't know what's going on when we're comparing ourselves to others. We don't know what another person has been through. We don't even know if that's the actual real them. A lot of times women will compare themselves to women online who don't even look like that in real life. Not even in those pictures. In the very pictures they took, there's Photoshop, there's what else is there? There's airbrushing, there's using manipulative ways to make your hips look smaller. There's so much that goes on to the social media image that we don't look at, but we're stuck comparing ourselves to something that doesn't even exist, basically. So ultimately, the overarching thing about what do I feel ugly and what can I do about it, if I focus on what I can do something about, then I can accept what I can't control. See, as a man with a gap, right, I can focus on maybe getting braces. That might be a little bit too superficial. I can focus on making sure that I have the most whitest, pearly white gap teeth, or making sure my breath doesn't smell. As a person who, I might look like a 7 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10 to some. I can't really change that score, but what I can do is I can make sure that I trim up daily. I can make sure that my face is more kept than it is right now. I can dress appropriately and classy. There's more that you can do to feel as good as, there's more things that you can do to become more appealing that doesn't have to compromise value. That doesn't have to compromise your integrity. That doesn't have to compromise your morals and your conscience. For the men out there who you feel ugly, if you do these things, if you go through these steps of, once again, focusing on what you can improve, understanding that you comparing yourself to others, all those things that I listed out. For men out there, just understand it's just a matter of time. If you've ever been in sales, you're going to go through tons of no's before you get to that one yes. But it's important for you to go through those no's before you get to that yes, because it builds character, and you can rest assured that you're going to get what you want in the future. It's just a matter of time, a matter of numbers. For women, you don't have to fake what you are and who you look like, because you're in the same way it's a matter of numbers for us, it's a matter of numbers for you. You're going to find a man who is okay with the fact that your face isn't as perfect. They're okay with you having a little bit of chub, but you're working on it. They're okay with you not being a certain height, or you not having a certain amount of sitting muscles, if you know what I mean. If your rear end isn't in shape as it should be, or as it could be in the future. They're okay with the work in process, but what they care more about is the heart. And for both of us as men and women, that is what we should be striving to look for in an opposite sex, is someone with good character. Because logically, you should not sacrifice character for aesthetics or preference. The aesthetics and preference should be icing on a cake, but not the cake itself. So I hope what I have spewed out in this microphone was of help to you. I plan on coming out with some more videos in the future. Thanks for watching. If you got this far, hit me with a like, a subscribo, because it'll help. Because I ultimately want to just come up with solutions and analysis, but more importantly, solutions, because that's what will help people grow, is the applicative knowledge, not necessarily the knowledge itself. So go ahead and apply. Have a good day.